As part of my research into film reviews, I looked on various websites into their film reviews for their web pages and what they kind of used as the layout, the fonts they used, and the ratio of like fonts to text. The first place I looked was on Empire magazine online, which I looked into a variety of different film reviews, which are all set out pretty similar. The first one you can see here is for a recent film that's just come out called Spring Breakers. Down the left hand side there is kind of like a rating that people have set and what they think of the film, the poster for the film, and different character profiles and posters underneath that which you can click on to zoom into. And then under there is different film, like what the certificate is for it, who stars in it, who's a starring role, and the main characters within the film. And then in the centre there is the trailer for the film at the top, and there's a section for the plot and the actual review itself, and there's a small picture on the right hand side of all the characters within the film. I like the layout of this because it's quite simple, as the title is simply just at the top with a 4-star out of 5 rating, which kind of gets to the point and shows that it's obviously going to be a good film, so it makes you want to read the review. The use of the trailer also helps as well, because you can watch a trailer and then decide whether or not you want to see, like, if the review tells you what happens, if you want to read on to let you kind of spoil it. And I like the use of the colour scheme of the red and black and white, because I think it's quite clean cut and professional, which is something I'd like to do within my film review. The next one you can see is also another one on Empire magazine. It's laid out exactly the same as before, and it's for a short film about killing. It's got the plot and the review and the verdict at the bottom with a rating of 4 stars out of 5. But on this one, what I wasn't sure on is the fact there was no picture, because I think when you look at it like this, it's quite bland to look at and it's not very exciting, so it doesn't entice you to read it. Whereas the previous one for Spring Breakers made you want to watch it more, because they had the trailer at the top and the picture underneath. The next place that I looked as well was Heat magazine online, and I looked at film reviews they've done, and typically their film reviews are a lot more kind of humorous than that of Empire magazine, as it's more for like an entertainment purpose rather than an actual review, I feel. But I liked the style in which this one was. They do every week their own film reviews for chosen films that have just come out, and this one is for Identity Thief. And I think this works quite well because it has the title in bold at the top, so you know what film it is, underneath who wrote the review itself, and then it has just simple kind of plot to it, a picture and a trailer for it, and a different gallery for different pictures within the film. And then underneath there is a variety of different who stars in the film, who directs it and produces it, so it's quite straightforward and to the point. It's not overly long, so it kind of doesn't take too much time to read, so I think that's good because it's not overpowering to the people who are looking at it. And I like the scheme as well. They've got the red, white and black theme, which I think does actually work really well because it contrasts against the banner at the top for their company, which is in yellow. But then by having the writing in black against the white, and there's kind of like red elements to it as well, they contrast the title as well as linking in with because the entertainment side is also red on the banner. The next one is for the Jack and the Giant Slayer, and I think this is set out exactly the same as the previous one for Identity Thief on the same website, but it doesn't look as exciting, I don't think, because it's the text, there's not very much text and it's very spaced out, so it kind of detracts from the stuff that's going on around it. And the picture in the middle and the trailer, again, is in the very same place as it was for the previous one, so it doesn't particularly interest me into looking at it because it's kind of too similar. And finally, the third one is for This Is 40, and that again is the same layout as the previous two on Heat World, but it's got more text this time, so I think it makes you kind of want to read it more because it gives you more of a better understanding of the film. But then the fact that it's the same layout again with the kind of toolbar down the right hand side of different links to click on shows that it's more aimed towards kind of celebrity and gossip entertainment rather than film reviews. So although it says for film reviews, I don't think it's particularly that good to look at, whereas the ones in Empire seemed a lot more kind of professional. But overall I think this research I've done helped, and these are the two websites which I think have helped me the most because they've given me an inkling into what works well and what works doesn't, and kind of the look I want to go for within my film review page for LA Confidential and our film The Unconventional Truth.